That's probably the most important thing that you can do, is communicate very clearly with the upline of whoever you're working with and reporting to. Happy Tuesday, Sales Ascender. What's happening? Sean here with you for another high ticket tune-up. I'm so excited to be here with you on Thanksgiving week. It is Turkey week. It is Thanksgiving week. I hope you have carved out some time in your busy calendar to spend some R&R with those that you love and cherish, because this is the time of year to literally, these next couple of days are very valuable for any entrepreneur that's moving at full speed. Obviously, we know Black Friday and Cyber Monday are just around the corner from this week, but taking today, tomorrow, and Thursday to get your wits about you before we have the last kind of rush to the end of the year is something that I would highly encourage everybody to do. One of the things that we always have done is really focused on, hey, taking it kind of somewhat easy today, tomorrow, and Thursday when we eat, and then Friday hitting on Black Friday, just ripping at it until the end of the year, like a sprint, to have a little contest. If you have a little sales organization, sales team, that might be a great thing to think about, is just take it easy on them today, tomorrow, and Thursday, but then like Friday, be like, hey man, we're going to hammer till the end of the year. Here's the new rewards. Take some time, figure out some kind of cool little gamification that you can put in place. And I know that your sales team will crush it. But today's question comes from Jeff S. He says, Sean, I'm nearing capacity, but don't want to lose the momentum I am making. How can I maintain sales momentum without overfilling my client load? Such a great question. Depending on the actual position that you're in for your organization, because you could be a sales pro working for humongous corporate organization. You could be an entrepreneur that is running a mid to bigger size business. There's difference there. Or then you could be in a place where you're somewhat of a startup. You're the entrepreneur, the solopreneur. Either way, here comes some answers at you. So let's start with the sales pro. If you're a sales pro and you're saying, hey, like you're seeing the fulfillment of your thing getting full, this is time to actually go to leadership and communicate extremely clearly, saying, hey guys, I feel like I cannot bring any more work into your facility right now because your fulfillment things are breaking. Is this happening? How can we rectify it? Here's the data that shows why I feel this way. And literally put the problem on all of you and not just you as a sales pro to figure it out. That's probably the most important thing that you can do, is communicate very clearly with the upline of whoever you're working with and reporting to. That would be the first thing. The second thing that I would do is I would lobby with that within that leadership group to say, hey, listen, how can we increase our prices? Because as a sales pro, if you want to increase your prices, guess what? That means more commissions in your bank account, which means you make more money, you can create a bigger impact and spend less time doing the thing to create that impact, which is a good thing. So, and that's what I would say there, as I would say, hey, like, can we just raise our prices? That's an easy question to start with. And it puts the leadership in a place like, maybe we could do that, right? And then you start planting seeds of how you as a sales professional can go out and close more deals and make more commission, actually with less deals, which is even better. So again, remember, everything is a selling conversation, and this is kind of an internal move. So again, as a sales pro, even if you are in a smaller business and you're responsible for business development, this is a great conversation to have with the visionary or the operator, whoever it is that you're speaking with, because they'll be like, oh yeah, well, like we should probably think about doing that, right? So that's the first thing to do. Now, let's move into big business. And I want to end with smaller business or solopreneur. So big business, if you feel like your production floor, big business meaning you're doing probably anywhere between 5 million a year in revenue up to 100 million and beyond in revenue, like you're probably going to have like a fairly decent sized organization and team, and you'll be some indicator from one of your leadership people or one of your data that you've had will come into your window, and you'll see that and you'll say, that's interesting. It looks like if you're the CEO of a mid to bigger size company, you're saying, this looks like a fulfillment problem, and I'm wondering how the salespeople are doing it. The other way, sometimes they get chirped in the ear by their sales pros. So make sure that's not fluffy. But as long as it's not fluffy, that's good. If they do say that, do the research as the CEO, thinking about, hey, is the fulfillment a big problem? Now, as a bigger business or medium-sized business, you might have a little bit of excess capital, meaning how can we go in and optimize the system? The first thing that I would highly encourage you to do is start studying the Kaizen philosophy from Japan. It's all that lean manufacturing, Six Sigma stuff. You think it's bananas, but it's not. Here's why. continuous improvement, right? Like it's always about small, little, tiny improvements over a long period of time. That's the Kaizen philosophy. It's very simple. And if you start studying that, you'll see that inside of a selling organization or an entrepreneurial business or whatever it is, there's just systems. Like systems run businesses. There's 5 functions of every part of any business: lead gen, lead nurture, conversion, which is the sales side. Then there's fulfillment and delivery. That's what we're talking about today. And then, of course, there's retention and resale. So each one of those 5 should have a system or multiple systems being run for you. Now, again, if you are that bigger business owner and you're looking at this saying, oh my gosh, like I don't want to lose my sales team's momentum right now. How can I fix this? Well, the first thing I would think of is go find a coach that can help you optimize those systems on the back end of your business, because there are some dynamite in our community. In fact, in the Sales Center's Inner Circle, I know for a fact there are several people that are experts at, one of those functions, or even systematically doing all of those functions to put a system in place that can literally help you optimize the back end. Because when you can create speed, look, the speed of your business is dictated by the capacity of your systems. So if your systems suck, your business is not going to move at the speed that you want it to. So if you want to continue sales momentum as a bigger business owner, the objective here is how can you create systems to replace fulfillment capacity issues. Systemize your business and make sure that the best people on planet Earth are running those systems and they have a hand in helping design them so that they have ownership. Because when they have ownership, they will have care. When you have care, you have better quality of service and product that come out the back end. And that's simply that's what I would focus on as a bigger owner or a bigger business kind of person thinking about this problem. I would say, hey, figure out who you can hire that you trust implicitly, that has some success stories that can come in and optimize on one of those 5. Right? Because when you can start doing that and then you take them in 90-day sprints, like you have 5 90-day sprints to optimize your business, and that's round 1, like guess what's going to happen at the end of 12 months from now? Your business is going to be on fire and you're going to be killing it. And the momentum thing is never good. This question will never come up because you will have capacity all the time, which is, again, a good thing. Now, let's move to the smaller business owner, the solopreneur, saying, hey, I'm nearing capacity, but I don't want to lose the momentum I am making. How can I maintain sales momentum without overfilling my client load? This means the smaller business person, the solopreneur, whoever that is, literally that person is probably most likely responsible for doing the prospecting system, right? So that's going to be lead gen, lead nurture. They're also going to be responsible for conversions, which is sales, the sales conversation. Now you've got delivery and fulfillment, which is this what we're talking about, and then retention and resale. Now, if it's solopreneur, you're probably covering all of those things. That's why, people are like, man, why would you leave a 9 to 5 for 40 hours a week to go work 80 hours a week for yourself and do all those things? Because it's rewarding and amazing and awesome. But anyway, besides the point, pride, ownership, right? It's good. But what I'm saying is if you are managing those 5 things by yourself and you have this problem, like, oh my gosh, I already have done 40 clients and I have like 5 in the back office here and they're going to be too many for me to literally like serve if I bring on another one. This is what you do. Very simply, raise your prices. You're probably like, Sean, that's crazy. But no, it's not. Literally raise your prices. In fact, double your prices. Why? Because you're selling your time. You're still selling your time, and that's okay. Done for you is selling your time. And some people love it. Some people don't love it, but that's what it is. So literally, if you are at capacity as a solopreneur and you don't want to lose your sales momentum, get into the same sales conversation, change nothing other than tripling your prices, right? And when you triple your prices, here's the real big test. I do it in spurts of 3. So my sales calls, like I have about 10 a week that I personally take, connection calls, and I go through some things personally, well, for our agency and for all the other stuff that I do. And if I ever get to that point, we haven't done it here with the Sales Center's Mastermind or anything like that because it's what it is, but we'll get to a place where it's like, hey, I was doing the thing, right? I remember when we had our software company and we were like, oh my gosh, we need to increase our prices because our capacity is fulfillment and it happened. And we ended up doing an annual membership and we did some other cool things. But literally the true people, the true believers ended up buying that thing. So it was like we made more money for less amount of work. And that's the answer. is like just triple your prices, because if you can triple your prices and you can still get people to buy, you're doing great. That means you were priced too low earlier in the equation. And so now every new client's going to come on, and then it gives you back pressure to use with your existing clients when it comes to retention and resale, saying, hey guys, I know we worked at this one agreement number here, but unfortunately, like I have so much demand from this side and my prices have been increased here. Like, can we make some sort of it gives you the leverage as a sales pro or business owner to say, hey, like, here's how I'm going to crank up my prices on you because my time is valuable and getting more valuable because there's more demand for my skills and expertise. And that's the secret, because it puts you in a very great position of negotiation. And then you just have a great selling conversation with your existing client, and you're going to keep that sales momentum up. And you're going to increase, the way to increase your capacity obviously is to increase your systems, but it will give you an ability to increase your cash flow, which then you can afford to increase your systems on the back end. So, that was a big one. Sorry, I was spitting fire at you today. I hope it helped you. I hope it went well. I love you. Have a wonderful Turkey Day this week, and I'll see you tomorrow.